The Edge at 11.
Count 1, terrorism causing death. Sentences of the court is that defendant shall serve life without the possibility of parole. Credit for 8 days served.
Justice tonight for the Oxford community. Today, a judge ensured the Oxford school shooter will spend the rest of his life in prison.
It was 2 years ago that the gunman opened fire inside Oxford High School. 4 students were killed: Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. 6 other students and a teacher were hurt. It was an emotional day in court as families of the victims and survivors gave their impact statements.
We heard so many heartbreaking stories from that terrible day and plenty of anger directed right at the shooter.
I was laying on my side like this, and I realized what had just happened. I was just shot, and I thought I was gonna die. I reached my hand over my head, and I realized it was Hannah.
I looked through the glass. My scream should have shattered it. My daughter's lifeless body was laying on a cold metal gurney.
I feel strongly that the individual should never be allowed to walk among his peers again. And this is why I'm going to ask you to lock this son of a up for the rest of his pathetic life.
Before learning his fate, we heard the gunman speak about the shooting for the first time. He expressed sorrow for his actions and said that no one was at fault but himself.
I am a really bad person. I have done terrible things that no one should ever do. Any sentence that they ask for, I ask that you do impose it on me, because I want them to be happy and I want them to feel secure and safe, and I do not want them to worry another day.
The gunman will be transferred to the Thumb Correctional Facility in Lapeer. It's not clear tonight exactly when the gunman will be moved there from the Oakland County Jail. An appeal is expected. The shooter's parents will face separate trials coming up in January. You know, through much of today's statements in court, we heard touching words regarding the 4 victims.
And over the last 2 years, their families and friends have made sure they will never be forgotten. Here's Fox 2's Dave Kinchin.
Every time there's another shooting, it's a setback. Every time there's another threat, it's a setback.
And one of the hardest moments in the forever changed lives of the Oxford shooting survivors, they spoke in court of how the shooter's callous and cowardly actions shattered any peace they had previously known. Madeline Johnson was best friends with Madison Baldwin, whose life was taken that day.
Madison used to draw me doodles on gum wrappers, and I'd keep them. One day she gifted me the one on the front of my shirt, and she said that it was the 2 of us as dinosaurs.
Olivia McMillan remembers the gut-wrenching text messages between herself and her best friend, Justin Schilling, as gunshots were fired. He, too, was killed.
I sent a simple text, "Are you okay?" just asking if he and my other 2 friends were safe. The response we got still makes me sick to my stomach. Justin told us he was in the bathroom with the shooter. And the next text we got from him after was, quote unquote, "I love you guys." Little did I know that would be my last text I ever received from Justin.
The shooter, who would be sentenced to life in prison without parole, never looked up as the dozens of victim impact statements were read aloud. Some came from parents like Linda Watson, whose son Aiden was wounded.
Physically, Aiden still has trouble with mobility, walking, running. He tries to always push through the pain so he could do everything that he's ever wanted to do. When Aiden's older brother was at MSU in February of 23, we received an alert from an active shooter on campus. Aiden started texting his brother, telling him how to survive a school shooting. After that, it was hard again. Aiden struggled with going back to school again, and that happens anytime something happens.
Other survivors still struggle with their mental health amid the life-altering trauma.
I remember a couple nights after the shooting happened, I couldn't sleep in my room by myself because every little sound I heard felt like it was happening again. I had to go to therapy and learn to deal with anxiety and being okay even when I wasn't okay, and I still struggle with that today.
And some of the survivors who spoke in court did reference that Guidepost Solutions report that criticized heavily the Oxford Schools administration, finding blame at every level, saying the district failed to provide a safe environment for students. Those survivors, in referencing that report, underscored their efforts to make sure something like this never happens again. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
We will never forget the victims, and we will always be there for Oxford. Such a sad day. An update tonight regarding the health of community activist Malik Shabazz.
Well, he is back in rehab after another hospital stay. Shabazz went back to the hospital last weekend due to undisclosed health concerns. But remember, over the summer, he spent weeks in the hospital after suffering a heart attack. Shabazz was put on a respirator, he had a heart pump installed, and overcame an infection. A GoFundMe has been set up to help with his medical bills. And Detroit police searching for the suspect accused of robbing a Dollar General on the city's east side back in October. Take a look. Police say this man went into the store on Van Dyke near 8 Mile and grabbed several items. Well, when an employee tried to approach him, he claimed he was armed before fleeing the store in a black and silver Dodge Ram 1500. Call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP if you know anything about this.
The building is in dire straits as it is, and it is getting exponentially worse.
An historic boathouse on Belle Isle facing an uncertain future. The DNR says the more than century-old boathouse is in dire need of repairs, and now they're asking for your input. Historians say the building deserves a restoration, but the DNR says that could cost tens of millions of dollars. One historian from the Detroit Boat Club is doing his part to try to save this piece of history.
Fundraise for it, and with the goal of creating a space that can be used as a community aquatic center.
You can weigh in on the DNR's website through December 31st.
And turning to weather, we're going to start the weekend on the mild side.
But the question is, will it stay dry? Weather Authority Stephanie Mead joins us with the forecast. And Steph, tomorrow I'm going to be helping light the Utica tree, the Christmas tree, and I'm afraid it's going to be raining a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you might see a little bit of rain. Also, winds are going to be an issue for us, I think, too. So we have a lot going on, a lot of components to our next system here. 52 degrees in Detroit, though, right now. So get out and enjoy these mild temps while we have them. Lansing, 49, 54 out near Muskegon, 52 near the South Haven area, so along western parts of the state. So everyone feeling those mild temps. It's dry, though, here. Radar showing a few showers out near parts of Iowa, parts of northern Missouri, too, into Kansas, and now extending into northern Illinois and western Wisconsin. That same system's headed in our direction. That's going to give us mainly rain. We do see a lot of dry time, though, during the day tomorrow, so not a washout by any means. 47 degrees tonight for an overnight low. Highs tomorrow, low 60s. It will be a windy one, though. Wind gusts anywhere between 30 to 35 miles per hour with some afternoon rain likely through the day. Again, it's not going to be a washout, but our wind conditions, they are going to be gusty. Again, these are our wind gusts approaching your lunch hour. So 11:30 noon. We'll see winds anywhere between 30, 35 miles per hour. And as we head through the overnight, we could maybe squeeze out a stray lighter shower early tomorrow morning. Ample dry time in between, say, around mid-morning to around mid-afternoon. It's really not until dinner time where we see this broken line of showers move past southeast Michigan. This is that cold front. Right behind that, you do notice additional moisture, potentially looking at maybe a lighter flurry heading through the day on Sunday, but nothing that's going to create any issues. And again, that rain will remain more on, I should say off than on, as we head through the day tomorrow. So you do have opportunities to be outside. Otherwise, we're not looking at a whole lot in terms of rainfall accumulation, at most 1/4 of an inch of rain. So Saturday, we top out lower 60s, about a 20-degree swing from Saturday to Sunday. We'll top out low 40s during the day on Sunday with a few light flurries around. That milder air will track down to the south. We do see a more seasonal pattern set up over the next couple of days. So as we head into next week, there's no major systems here. Numbers don't fluctuate too badly, and we might even squeeze out some sunshine as we head through the day. I should say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So a lot of dry time, a lot of quiet time, and no major weather systems impacting any travel plans that take you out and about. We should be in the low 40s heading through the middle part of next week. We could see a minor warm up by this time next week with a mix of sun and clouds. Rup and Amy.
Stephanie, thanks for that. The holidays are a little brighter tonight for dozens of local kids.
The Red Wings and the Tigers teamed up with Meijer, getting kids their very own shopping spree. Here's Fox 2's Camila Miri.
So much Christmas cheer Friday night at the Meijer on Grand River in Detroit.
Whatever he want to do, I'm fine with.
50 kids from the Children's Center shopping with Detroit Red Wings Paws and Detroit Tigers pitcher Sawyer Gibson-Long.
Christmas is the time of giving, and I want to give back to the Detroit community, and all these people deserve all this.
The Children's Center works with kids who struggle with behavioral, emotional, and developmental challenges.
Many of the children that we work with, they don't have all of the means that other children may have. So this is an amazing opportunity for them to have the experience that will really provide a lot of joy and excitement for them.
Every kid got $250 to spend, thanks to Illich Sports and Entertainment. And boy, did they have fun.
Golden Poppy. And this, it can turn into a ball.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, let's go.
And with the fun of shopping, a lesson in sticking to a budget.
That big ball. Now I know. How much is this cost?
$50.
Ooh, how much is this?
Sure?
Yeah, I want
It's a big chunk.
We got some essentials, just like some underwear, PlayStation controller, and then some cards.
The athletes keeping track of how much each item costs.
I need to know how much it's is.
Fortunate enough to be in these positions where we can give back to kids, and I think it's a really good opportunity for that.
This is amazing. I'm blown away by the generosity.
In Detroit, Camille Amiri on The Edge.
Bright light shining in Royal Oak for a holiday tradition. Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams is back at Beaumont Royal Oak.
Lots of families came out to shine bright lights at the hospital's pediatric unit, a small gesture that can make a big difference in the lives of children who have to spend the holidays in the hospital. When people shine their lights, the children do the same from the hospital, and it's something they look forward to.
If they're in the hospital for a long time, they look forward to 8 o'clock every night, and they look forward to seeing how many fire trucks are outside, or if there's a DTE truck decked out like Christmas cheer all over it.
Well, you can be a part of the positivity. Moonbeams is happening every night at 8 through December 23rd.
Gotta love it. We're thinking of all you kids out there.
That's right.